What if I told you there was a way to win so many more engagements and rounds inside of Counter-Strike 2 without even having to take a fight? Today I'm going to explain something that many of you are doing wrong, especially if you find yourself below level 10. This is a video that is going to help you understand how to play the game properly and help you break into the next level and develop some better understanding for what you need to do inside of the game. Before we get into that, I do have to give you a message about selling Counter-Strike 2 skins. The sponsor of today's video is SkinPlace, a site where you can instantly and safely sell skins for real money. It really only takes seconds. To get started, you need to log in via Steam. Choose the skins that you want to sell. Next, choose a withdrawal method. Currently available are Visa and MasterCards, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, and balance on site if you plan to withdraw money later. Enter your wallet number and do not forget to use my promo code CoJoMoCS for a 3% bonus on your first sale. When you have filled in the gaps, click receive money viola. The funds will arrive in your account soon. I left the link to SkinPlace in the first comment. Have some good sales. Alright guys, so the concept I want to talk to you about today is finding value through just staying alive, right? Inside of this game, we're going to find ourselves in many different situations, many different rounds, and no round is ever going to look the same. But if we can break each round down into some different situations and be able to group them into different different groups, then we're going to be able to understand what we should do in each situation. The first thing that I want you to understand, both on CT side and T side, is a man advantage situation versus a man disadvantage situation and an even situation. Every round is going to play out. You're going to start out with a 5v5 unless somebody lags out or whatever, and both teams are essentially going to have an even chance in a normal gun round to win, right? When we're in an even situation, both teams generally are going to be battling for control. That's where you're going to see like a mid smoke here, molly doors, all this different control. And the T's generally are going to be throwing util to take space, and the CTs are going to be throwing their util to either, contain contested space or use defensive util to prevent the T's from taking their own space, right? But at the end of the day, the T's can only win the round really by taking space unless the CTs just run at them, right? But in general, you're going to have to take space as a T, and the CTs are going to have to make their life difficult by doing that, right? So while this is going on, we're going to find ourselves in different situations, right? Say with the stuff that's going on, the T's might be taking mid, and the CTs get an opening pick, right? Now we have a 5v4 situation, and we no longer have to take as many risks, and we don't need as much space because we have a man advantage situation. Now the T side is running with one less player, and it's going to make our sight holds, the setups, the crossfires that much stronger because they have one less guy to trade. They have one less guy that can lurk, one less guy to move around the map, and this compounds. So we get a 5v3 situation, a 5v2 situation. As we get more and more kills, the less risks we need to take to win, right? Flip that on the head. The reason we have to take risks in man disadvantage situations, especially like as a CT side, is because now we're running thin. Say they're taking that mid space and our mid player dies, and then another guy in mid tries to get the kill and dies as well. Well, now as CTs, we have to take risks, and we have to find a way to get either space or fights and force fights that are going to be favorable for us. Now the concept I want to talk about today is specifically in those man advantage situations. You can literally just win the game by not giving your life away, right? So through coaching, one of the things I saw recently was our player was in a 5v3 situation, and the CTs had so much good control, right? We had A control, mid control, and B control, and in the 5v3 situation that we had, the player I was coaching went for more information, right? He went here to peek and ultimately ended up losing his life because he was going for an aggressive play. When we're doing this, we're only giving them a way back into the round. We're giving them this kill. We're giving them a chance to spam us through the smoke. These risks are not necessarily bad plays, right? Like, they're not bad plays to go for that peek, to go for this information, but they're being done at the wrong time. And when we do this at the wrong time, it's just opening up the round for the T's to get back into it. And the same thing can be applied when we're on T side, right? Say we find ourselves in a very favorable 5v3 situation. We kill two players in mid as T's. This is not the round to solo walk out B. Why is solo walking out B bad? because you might come out here and fight a guy, even if it's a 1v1, a 50-50 fight. Why would we take a 50% chance to win the fight when we could just rely on grouping with our team and finding out where we should go together, so that in worst case we're taking a 5v3 situation. But even worse for us, if we go out here by ourselves, we might walk into a 1v2 fight and we just threw away that man advantage situation that we had. I see players doing this wrong all the time. Guys, the time to lurk out on these extremities and make your plays like this is when it's an even situation or when you're at a disadvantage. And this is going to depend a lot game to game, what you're hearing, what's going on, the situation. If you feel like you were the weaker team or the team that needs to do more, sometimes making these plays in an even situation can be very beneficial, because you have to pull something out. You have to make them uncomfortable. If you just sit in a corner, it's going to be bad for you. But guys, way too many people in these 5v3s and these 3v1s. I see it in 3v1s. It's the most common clutch I see people losing, because they think it still feels very comfortable. You have three people alive on your team, one person on the other team, but then it starts to snowball, right? I've seen so many situations where we have bombed down here on B site as CTs. We're all three on site and we've won the round. There's zero chance this guy can win. We're in a good crossfire setup. We have a guy here, we have a guy ready to play off of him here, and we have a guy CT. He literally can't win the round. And then I see a player, oh, bombs down here, I want to get this kill, and boom, they're dead to him playing on an off angle. And now it's a 2v1 situation. He's running out here, oh, he gets the kill because the CT guy feels like swinging now. Guys, understand that giving this space is okay, but you just have to understand what that means, right? And the best thing about all of this, guys, is that when you get into, like, you know, if you're, say you're on CT side and you get into like a 4v2 situation, guys, that is wonderful, right? If you're the mid player in a 4v2 situation, stop fighting these angles. These aren't good angles to fight, because this isn't a bomb site. Anytime you can make the T's give themselves up and give information, it allows you to win the round. Because if you're in a 4v2 and the T's flash through mid here, you hear multiple people running through these angles, say you're like in camera or over here in exit, guys, you just won the round. Why? Because you're like, hey guys, there's two players through mid, right? There's two T's, they just took mid control, they're both here, and that allows your E-box player to then make a play, make aggression, and take the space. When we're in these situations, the space that we want to take is when we know that nobody is there, right? So we know nobody's in canals, so we can walk through here now because of that information we gained. The space that we don't want to take is we hear that flash mid, and I come out here trying to fight the guy that just flashed through there. Why? This isn't a bomb site, guys. The only time you should be fighting that situation is if you have like a teammate camera, a teammate here, and a teammate behind you, and you can like 3v2 this. But even then, I don't even think that's necessarily the best play you can make. Genuinely, make the T's clear out every angle. If the T's have to sit here and take all this time clearing these angles, they have to give themselves away, they have to throw their util, it's just helping you out. At the end of the day, if the clock runs out, you win as a CT. So make them work for it. Too many players don't make the other team work for it. And even if you don't lose the round and it gets close, it just kills morale. It gives the other team so much confidence, and it makes your life so much harder. I've seen games where it should have been 13-0 wins turn into a 13-11 win because people are just trolling and it gets out of hand because of this exact concept. I've seen games where people's economy is completely ruined because of this. This is one mistake that if you can fix and get better at, it'll take your game to the next level, because genuinely it really makes your life so much easier when you stop making this mistake. And it seems super obvious, but every single person is doing this wrong, like including myself. I'm doing this wrong half the games I play, so something to keep in mind and a way to get better. So appreciate every single one of you guys. If you found this helpful, I do offer personal individual coaching, demo reviews on stream, paid services that are really good if you want to have me look at your game personally and we can help you take your game to the next level. Or if you just want some stream time, you want me to analyze one of your games, show yourself out there to the viewers, that's another thing we can do. But I appreciate every single one of you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for building this community. If you want some free content and you don't want to go bald like me, click on these next videos where I have hair. And yeah, appreciate all of you guys. See you later. Peace out.